Cam Thomas has called out the New York Knicks after a very chippy Knicks win against the Brooklyn Nets in a game that has made Nets fans furious with Mikal Bridges, and we have to break it all down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and that Knicks-Nets rivalry is back, baby. It is a beautiful day in New York City as the New York Knicks have swept the Nets on the season. And also remember when Claxton said he's undefeated against the Knicks? Well, now the Nets are 0-6 since. Go figure. I got my window open. If you hear the traffic in the background, that's because who runs New York? These guys run New York. I'm 2 blocks away from MSG. Let's just talk, guys. Look. Cam Thomas, end of the game, gets upset that they blew a big lead because the Nets aren't good and the Knicks are, and the Knicks are resilient, and the Nets are feeble-minded, and the Nets are on their 5,000th coach in the last 2 minutes, and the New York Knicks, they're just a superstar team, the second best team in the Eastern Conference, gonna be the only team that can give the Boston Celtics a run for their money come playoffs. And things got bad. And after the game, Cam Thomas said about getting swept by the Knicks, at first we were beating them a lot. Now they're on their little run. It's not like they're dominating us, Cap. We'll figure it out next year for sure. Yeah, no, it's not like the Knicks are dominating the Nets at all. The Nets have gone now a full year without beating the New York Knicks. It has been a calendar year. So, yeah. No, the Knicks aren't dominating the Nets at all. The Nets are, the 11th seed? They've clinched that seed. So have fun not having that good of a lottery pick. Oh, they don't have their lottery pick? No. They traded all their picks for James Harden, who a year after getting traded to the team decided he didn't like it there and went running for the hills, joining the Philadelphia 76ers. We all know what happened then, too. And the Nets gave so much. They gave so much for James Harden, man. They don't have their pick this year. It is going to Houston, and there's 3 pick swaps involved, along with 3 other first-round unprotected picks that they threw to the Houston Rockets. So basically their next 7 draft picks, all owned or all controlled by the Houston Rockets. Now, they have their other picks. They got the KD trade done. Those picks kick in a while later because Sean Marks made a good move. But the things are not looking great right now. Traded, 7 picks, 7 firsts for James Harden, along with giving away Karis LeVert and obviously all-star Jarrett Allen. And they got back James Harden. And then what did they do? Oh, yeah, they traded him because Harden wanted to get out of there. So they traded him. Well, they traded him for Ben Simmons. Yeah, they did. And, I mean, they got a first-rounder out of it in Seth Curry, who was good with them. But they traded him for Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons is on one of the worst contracts in NBA history. There's no reason why Ben Simmons isn't better. Who knows if it's his back, his head, his brain. We don't know. But he also didn't qualify for Australia's national team, which is just a new low for Ben. But this all comes after a Knicks-Nets fight that Cam Thomas and OG Anunoby got into because Thomas shoved Jalen Brunson kind of into the stands. He hit him in the back at the end of the Knicks-Nets game, and both players were given technical fouls. And yeah, OG saw that and basically got in the way and was like, I don't like people pushing my guys. Cam Thomas called him some words. Cam Thomas and OG got separated. Mitch kind of shoved Trendon Watford out of the way and was like, no, get out, get away. Because Mitch is about that smoke, that we the South mindset that he has. But yeah, obviously a great win for the New York Knicks. But this is not just about the Knicks winning. This is about the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks in a rivalry. And Cam Thomas calling us out, saying they're going to get us next year. Well, next year's not looking so good picks-wise, but it is looking better than this year when the Nets have a goose egg on the draft board. But they will be able to use that Phoenix pick next season, and maybe the Suns will continue to be bad or just underwhelming. They have a Miami second-rounder that no one cares about. And they do have their own pick that Houston can swap depending on which team is worse. Obviously, 26 is bad. The future is just ugly. I mean, once you get to 2029, there are draft picks, but I cut that out because 1, it didn't fit my screen, and 2, it didn't fit my narrative. So if you look over the next 4 years, oh wait, that's 5. Whoops, I can't count, and the Nets can't, run a functional team. Yeah, nothing too bright for the Nets in the future, though Cam Thomas obviously put up a 40-point game because he is going to be a great player down the line. He's a good player now. I mean, leading the Nets in points per game, dude's doing his thing, but he does not like the New York Knicks. And he's not the only net in history who has not liked the New York Knicks. KD had beef with them. Kyrie had beef with them. Mikal Bridges likes the Knicks. He likes the Knicks a lot. He likes the Knicks probably better than he likes the Brooklyn Nets. And Nets fans, they do not seem thrilled with Mikal Bridges right now at all. I mean, Josh Hart tweeted it out because they were all kind of hanging out after the game. And he said, people really mad that we all friends. And Brooklyn Netcast, which is one of the good Nets Twitter accounts that I've seen in my life, they said, Nets fans aren't mad that Mikal is friends with y'all. We're mad because of this. He didn't stick up for the Nets or the teammates on the pod. Yeah, because they're irrelevant and not good. He played really bad against the Knicks. Yeah, because the Knicks defense is good and Mikal Bridges is not a first option. Watched Cam Thomas go at it with Knicks players and then just sat there and giggled. What's he going to do? Fight his friends for, like, angry guy Cam Thomas? Like, Cam Thomas is just always mad. It's like, Cam, why don't you ever laugh? Ain't shit funny. Nothing's funny? No, you're just a mad person. You're just upset. It's why you push Jalen Brunson. It's fine, though, because somehow Cam Thomas, if you see this, you're going to be like, why is this guy in a Knicks hoodie talking shit? If we played each other, if I played him in a one-on-one, I'd actually beat him 21-0 so fast his head would spin, which is pretty accurate. I'm not that good at basketball, but I can get 5 points per game in my rec league, and that's what counts, because I give effort and I give heart. Shout out to my boy James, who just cooks. But look, this was what happened after the fight. Mikal Bridges was chilling with Jalen Brunson, Rick Bronson, who's you can see his bald head from space, OG Anunoby, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart after the game. They're chilling, laughing, having a good time. Also, I believe that's Jacob Toppin in the background. I can't see, so whoops. But look, this is just, it's pissing the Nets fans off that Mikal Bridges is just hanging out with the Knicks, and they're right to feel this way. Like, if the script was flipped, we would not feel good about this situation either. The Nets are right to feel this way. They have a right to be upset about this, and I think that the front office should see that and also see that Mikal's not a first option, which is perfectly fine. He doesn't have to be on a good team. And if he joins the New York Knicks, he'll be a third option next to Julius and Jalen Brunson, and they'll move Dante DiVincenzo to the bench, who will win Sixth Man of the Year, and then the New York Knicks will probably go ahead and win the NBA Finals, or at least come down close, but very likely make the NBA Finals. So I think the Nets fans are right. And also, I understand, I don't like that Cam Thomas pushed Jalen Brunson in the back. It was a cheap shot. If you're going to do something like that, get up in his face about it. Don't just shove a guy from the back because you're upset that you're going to lose. If you want to make the game chippy, there's cooler ways to go about that. I don't know what it's like to play in the NBA. I don't know the emotion that goes into it because I'm not playing in the NBA. I'm sitting in my bedroom on a really comfy chair with my TV and my PlayStation in the background. And the closest I'm ever coming to the NBA is being really good at Play Now Online and NBA 2K. And you know what? I almost beat Emmanuel quickly, so that's what counts. But, like, it's good for the NBA. This is going to get the Nets more fans. This is going to bring a market to the Brooklyn Nets if the Knicks and the Nets have a rivalry. And it's really good for the Knicks because not only are the Nets going to get more light, meaning there's more to bring to this rivalry, but the Nets are worse than the Knicks right now. The Knicks are clearly the better team. They've been beating up on the Nets after this was completely the other way around. I think the Nets went 9-0 against the Knicks on a stretch. So, like, this is good for the Knicks because now they're going to air on national television all these Knicks-Nets games because it's like, oh, there's a real rivalry here. There's some bad blood between these teams. This is good for basketball. Basketball's trying to get back to that in a way. Like, where the Celtics literally shot 0 free throws against the Bucks the other day. Stuff like that. They're letting the game be more physical. They're letting things get more chippy. They're letting, like, that competitive spirit get out more. And look, a lot of guys are still friends with each other. Like, that's never going to go away, and it shouldn't. It's cool. It's cool that the NBA players, at the end of the day, all have each other's backs. We've seen this in the past both happen and not happen, whether it's like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain or something like that, where they were kind of cool with each other because the civil rights stuff. Or if you look at Bird and Magic, who were bitter rivals, but also were very, very, very close friends. If you look at Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing, they're known to be very close friends. Why do you think Patrick Ewing works for the Charlotte Hornets all the time? I know Jordan doesn't no longer own them, but when he did, Ewing was an assistant coach. Like, he always had a role in that team because Jordan and Ewing are friends. Jordan almost went to the Knicks in 1997, 98, he almost signed with the New York Knicks. Like, Michael Jordan and Pat Ewing were friends. LeBron and KD, known friends. LeBron and Steph, known friends. A lot of guys do have a good friendship. Everyone, all the NBA players were friends with Kobe, and he was a competitive psychopath. What's on the court is different than what's off the court, and these guys are pros. They can understand that, and maybe the Knicks and Nets, maybe Jalen Brunson and Cam Thomas are never going to be friends, and they don't have to be. But what I'm saying is this rivalry is good for basketball. You need these rivalries because it gets people entertained, and the Nets need more of a market so they can be the Knicks counterpart, so they could be a true, like, still little brother, but still a true Knicks rival. The Knicks don't have any major rivalries. Like, there's one with the Heat that's been revived because of the playoff series. There was the one with the Hawks, but it feels like that one's dying out because the Hawks can't get their shit together and the Knicks can. There's one with the Cavs solely because of a playoff series. All of these rivalries are only formed through the playoffs. The Knicks and the Nets have a real chance at a real rivalry. And there's not too many rivalries. Like, yeah, I guess for principle, there's the Lakers and the Celtics. But it's not a real rivalry. Bron and Jason Tatum are boys, and that's good for the NBA. But there's no rivalry there. It doesn't ever feel like there's, like, actual, like, competitive fire specifically for that game, at least that I'm noticing. With the Knicks and the Nets, there's that chance. They can have the chance to have one of the biggest rivalries in basketball, maybe the biggest rivalry in the NBA. That would be massive for both teams, especially as Knicks fans. Other players are going to see them like, I want to join in on that. And I definitely want to join the winning team, which is now the Knicks. Fans used to see that because there was the Knicks and Nets rivalry because the KD and Kyrie stuff. Fans used to see that and be like, or players used to see that and be like, I want to join the Nets because they're the winning one in New York. Now the script is flipped, and the Nets are not going to be good anytime soon. They don't have too many assets. Their only hope to compete is to either trade all their picks once again and try to land Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell, Cam Thomas, and Mikal Bridges with Nick Claxton as your center, and I don't know, Noah Clowney at the 4, Dorian Finney-Smith, something like. Maybe you could be a second round team. You could be a second round team, but they're not going to go past that. Maybe that's good enough. Joe Tsai said he doesn't really care about winning. It's about making money for him. And he's the second richest owner, I guess, in basketball outside of Steve Ballmer, who could buy all the NBA teams and just do whatever the hell he wanted with them. But, like, I really, really think this is good for basketball. It's great for the Knicks. They're going to get more fans on their side. They're going to get more players who want to join the Knicks, who want to be part of that culture, that New York grit and determination. The Knicks are in a buying mindset. They're probably one piece away from being a true NBA Finals contender, and we don't even know if they are. It depends on what we see this season. There's a chance they already are that team. So, honestly, I'm just excited to see where this goes. I'm just happy about this Knicks-Nets rivalry. I think it's important for basketball. I definitely think it'll help the Brooklyn Nets get fans and get more eyes and maybe get better players. It'll certainly help the Knicks get all those things. And maybe there will be a little less like the Knicks suck jokes through that because they'll just get to beat up on the Nets and that'll become the Nets suck jokes. And that'd be funny because, you know, they suck. But guys, comment your thoughts down below on this. Comment your thoughts on what Cam Thomas did. Comment, are the Nets coming back for us? Comment, do we drop Nets Digest in response to this? What happens next? Let me know. As always, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever the hell you want. Turn on post notifications. I say all this stuff all the time. Makes my day when I see another comment. I swear to God, it's like, damn, one more subscriber. That's sick. Like, it's the coolest thing in the world to me. I'm like, damn, 5,000, like 5.3K subs. Like, it's not much in the grand scheme of things, but makes me happy. So, it would mean the world if you guys could do that. But this is a long-ass outro. Have a good day. Go Knicks! And boo Nets, obviously. The fuck?